Good morning, guys. It is Thursday, May 21st, and Finn and I are just saying hi. I just wanted to let you know that we are skipping chapter 12 and we're reading chapter 13 today. And so the biggest thing you missed, I'm just going to keep him in a shot as much as possible. The biggest thing that you missed in chapter 12, if you did not choose to read it, which you didn't need to, is that King Henry VIII has passed away. And so Edward hears this when he is with Miles Hendon. And Miles Hendon is a knightly man who is kind of taking care of him right now. And so in chapter 12, Mark Twain spends a little time describing London Bridge, but then also that the big thing that you missed is that King Henry VIII, Edward's father, has passed. He passed away. It was kind of a violent death. And so Edward always had a really good relationship with his father, so he actually has a lot of emotion when he finds out his dad has passed away. But then he also, because his dad has passed away, that means now Edward is the king. And so when they end the chapter saying long live King Edward, Edward's like, oh my gosh, that's me. But right now he's Tom, and Tom is in the palace. So that's kind of setting the stage for further conflict. So the big thing is that King Henry VIII has died, Edward's father, and so now Edward is no longer a prince. He is technically the king. He wouldn't be fully the king, though, until what we call the coronation. And so that is something we are actually going to see a little bit later. The other thing that that Mark Twain does in this chapter is he goes into, okay, bye, Finn. He goes into really deep description about London Bridge. And London Bridge is something, it's really cool. I think I'm going to try to get a picture in here for you. But London Bridge is this very, very famous bridge. You know what? Hold on a second. I decided that I should get you a picture. So London Bridge is this very famous bridge. And it's actually, yes, London Bridge is falling down, London Bridge is falling down, that song. But during Tudor times, remember Tudor is the House of Lancaster and House of York, the white rose and the red rose put together to make the Tudor rose, the red rose out inside of the white rose. And so I showed you it was on the back of the coin. And so I'm going to share my screen here really quick, and we can see some pictures of London Bridge. During Tudor times, what's really cool about it, if you can see here in this image, is that it's not just a bridge. There are actually shops and homes that are lining and are all over the bridge. As you can see here, they went really far on either side. And so London Bridge is a very exciting, happening place with not necessarily the wealthiest or the most stand-up of people, but it was kind of like its own little neighborhood. Living on London Bridge, you can definitely see in this picture here, oh, it's way too small, that there were homes and there were houses and shops all along this bridge. Okay, so Mark Twain actually takes a little bit of a step back from the story just to describe London Bridge and help continue to build the setting, because remember, he's writing this story in the early 1900s, which means it's like 400 years removed from this time period, 350 years or so. And so he's helping to continue to let the readers know at this time period what it was like back then. So Mark Twain does that a lot with this story. He really continues to come back to describing the setting or describing the different kind of activities of royalty, because in the United States, that's actually one of our founding ideas, is that we don't have royalty. We do not need a king, and so we don't have the same idea of this royal family and royal, all of these different things that royal families do. So later on in the book, he's going to go in depth on all of the different things, and we're not actually going to get a chance to read that, but we're going to talk about it. So today it is chapter 13. Remember, you missed in chapter 12 that King Henry VIII has died and Edward is now king, even though he hasn't yet been coronated. And so he's sad, but also kind of excited because now he's king. you're reading chapter 13 and answering the questions. And then in tomorrow's video, I'm going to kind of give you a big chunk of what we missed, because tomorrow we're going to be reading chapter 22. So we're skipping 9 chapters. So tomorrow might be a little bit longer of a video with some of that explanation. But yeah, so chapter 13 today, and either complete your exercises digitally or on paper. And I'm going to say it again, and I'm just going to start deleting these things. If you are doing it on paper, please put that in a private comment. Do not put that on our stream, because that is a ridiculous amount of comments that we are getting, and I'm just starting to ignore them. So I'd like you to save that for legitimate comments versus things that the rest of the class should see. Okay, I'm going to take away that option if that's the case. I might just turn them off, and I don't want to have to do that. So, okay, that's what you got to do for today, chapter 13, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.